Joined now on the broadcast by former Screaming Eagles goaltender Andrew Hayes, who came to Cape Breton via the WHL, previously playing in Brandon. Andrew, you were there when the Wheat Kings hosted the Memorial Cup. Tell us about that experience.
It was a pretty unique experience. We had the opportunity to host. Pretty cool. We got to see Taylor Hall up close and personal, so that was a lot of fun to play against, and just a pretty cool experience to be a part of the whole atmosphere around the tournament.
Brandon, the only team in the WHL that's based in Manitoba. Can you compare the travel grind playing there to when you moved to Cape Breton?
Pretty similar, so it actually made the transition pretty easy for me. Both teams have pretty crazy travel schedules, and both playing the 3-4 years in Brandon, it really helped me out to get used to the grind that we had in Cape Breton.
Mario DeRoche was looking to shake things up when he brought you in for a bit of a training camp almost in the middle of the season. How did you end up coming to Cape Breton from out west?
It was my 20-year-old season in Brandon, and we just had a surplus of 20-year-old guys left over from the year before, just since we kind of tried to stack up with older guys for the Mem Cup run. Just wasn't in the cards for the Wheat Kings to keep two 20-year-old guys. Both of us actually got shipped out to the Q. I myself ended up in Cape Breton, and Jacob Desires ended up in St. John's. Kind of the process we went through to get sent out east.
Describe coming to Cape Breton. It must be tough being a veteran goaltender on a rebuilding team. You certainly saw a lot of shots.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was tough. It was more of just as a challenge that I was willing to accept. I've always liked to try to help out the younger guys and new guys to the league and try and help them grow their game and stuff like that. And if I was able to leave a bit of an impression on those guys, I'm happy I could have. Anything
stand out from terms of memories from your year in Cape Breton? And was that the first time you'd been to Eastern Canada?
Honestly, the city of Sydney was just such a different place than what I'm used to out west, and just living on the coast and everything. It was just such an amazing experience. And just the people of Sydney were just amazing, and they welcomed me in, and it was great.
You get the chance to go back out west to play some university hockey. Tell us about your university career.
I played at the University of Regina for 3 years. It went fairly well. Got to get my schooling paid for, and great university academic-wise, so that ended up. We were kind of like our team out in Cape Breton. We weren't the strongest team at the time. I feel like I used my experience with getting a ton of work in Cape Breton, and I transferred that over to my college careers because we like to give up a few shots, but it makes the game a little more entertaining for myself.
Never a dull moment. Unfortunately, something you mentioned before we hit the record, you said you had some injuries at the end of your career. Tell us a little bit about that.
My last season, I ended up getting 2 concussions. One was at the start of the season, and the last one was in our last game. The second one being a lot worse than the first one, and it ended up kind of ending my playing career. I wasn't able to get cleared to play again after that. And even to this day, I'm still trying to deal with life after a bad concussion. Almost 2.5 years ago now that I took the hit. It's been a rocky road up until the recent, but
hopefully you've been able to cope off the ice. So what does Andrew Hayes do now?
Right now, I'm just working on a startup company right now. We're putting together a independent coffee roasting business at the moment.
Well, we wish you all the best with that. Hopefully everything goes well in terms of coffee and getting healthy. Thanks for this, Andrew, and best of luck going forward.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's former Screaming Eagles goaltender Andrew Hayes joining us at the intermission. You're listening to McDonald Auto Group, Screaming Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.